How do you build a house for a soon-to-be divorced dad in The Sims 4? Well, sit back and let me show you. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. You're watching Just a Mom That Sims. I'm KT, and I'm here today for a speed build. So if you like to have fun and you like a good story, please consider liking, subscribing, following, commenting. Just do all the things. So I am here building for my Unfaithful series, and I am building a house for Jaimie, who has started off as the star of our series. I do plan to run the series longer than I thought, so I do see that pivoting, but if you know, Jaimie is separated from his wife Blake. They are definitely getting a divorce. After they got separated, Jaimie did find out Blake was pregnant after having fertility issues. Jaimie has the fertility issues for many, many years, like 9 or 10 years. So Jaimie currently has twins already by his former best friend Nia. That's right. So today I'm going to give you some backstory. So if you're a new subscriber or just tuning in, this is a good opportunity to catch up with the series, but I'm going to talk about what I'm doing with the house. I did find this house plan. I found a lot on houseplans.com, and I was thinking to make it a little smaller than it was because Jaimie has started off with about 28,000 simoleons. I don't want to cheat any, and I do anticipate that the highest cost being the actual build of the house, and then I feel like I can furnish it for pretty cheap, even if we have to use like cheap beds and things. Today I'm only going to show the build of the house, but I will do a walkthrough at the end to show it furnished. But if you can see from where we're angled now, this would be the back of the house. So I'm trying to do like a really nice porch. They did have like a cutout where they had like flowers and plants, like some landscaping. So I'm really trying to figure that out. When I go to the diagonal sides of the house, it kind of makes things a little complicated, but I do want like a covered front porch and back porch. Now I'm at the front now. The front porch is going to be a lot smaller than the back porch, but still a nice size. I want to raise the whole house up one level. Now you can do a platform or you can raise the house with the walls. Now the difference being, if you raise it like I just did, it does shorten the length that you have from like the ceiling of the house down to the floor. So say you want to put like a tall decorative object in the house, it may not fit right. So if you know you want to decorate elaborately and put like very tall items inside, then you should use a platform. But I am not taking that option here. Now the roof that I saw online is not available in The Sims, so I struggle with roofing on the best day. So I think I'm going to overlap these roofs. I'm going to raise this center section up and lower these, and I'll get it. I probably adjusted some more, but this covers everything, and it's the gist of what I want. There is no shape that fits this perfectly. I am going to put columns on this house too. Now the hard part, I am going to decorate it with like some cheaper wallpapers and paneling and things like that. I'm going to use the cheapest available. So there's probably other things I would do with this house if he had more simoleons. So this is a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. Now on the well, it depends on where we're facing, but from this side, Jaimie's room is going to be on the left. If we're at the front of the house, Jaimie's room is on the right, and it's all by itself with its own en-suite bathroom. But on the left side of the house will be the kids' bedroom. And yes, I'm going to put some bunk beds in the crib because we're going to have the twins. I'm assuming that Blake is going to have one baby. I don't know. I have no way to really know that, so I'm going to choose neutral colors. Now, I am uploading this to the gallery. I'm going to be careful not to put the Granny's cookbook and the Oni's recipe things in the house first so that you can see it without activating CC. But for all the rest of my builds, if you go to Just a Mom That Sims as the username, you will see my builds. You'll only see like 5 or 6. Click the CC at the CC button and you will see the rest. I don't edit my voice when I do speed builds, so please forgive my stumbling, my slow southern drawl that I purposely try to speak faster for during these. But yeah, click that CC button. I promise you that there won't be much missing from the house because it's usually those 2 cookbooks that are making it trigger for CC, and I forget to upload before. So with this house, the back of it is covered with windows. So I'm trying to find a good glass sliding door, and then I'm going to put windows all around. Now, back to the story. Yeah, coming up or where we started the series, Jaimie had a best friend, Nia, and she had a secret crush on him. But he kind of liked her too, and he really didn't know her feelings completely, but he definitely knew there was a vibe there. But he then met Blake. He is an art critic. At the beginning of the critic career, he met Blake, who was also a new up and coming critic, or she had aspirations to be one. And he loved the outgoingness of her. She was very outgoing, very spirited, where Nia was more of a quiet, sweet personality. Blake was outgoing and sweet. And so he fell for Blake, but also started to look at Nia in a different light at the same time. Well, there was some lying and some trickery going on, and Nia did make some bad decisions based off of wrong information that Jaimie told her. And her and Jaimie were messing around, and eventually she got pregnant with twins. And she decided to let him know, and at the same time, he is proposing to Blake. So he decided to propose to Blake even though he knew Nia was pregnant. He told her about Nia, like that he was, having woohoo with her as well, but he did not tell her about the pregnancy. Blake found out that Nia was pregnant on her wedding day. She met up with Nia after Nia had been stalling out because they had gotten close. Because he was friends with one and dating the other, the women had become pretty good friends by that time. And so Blake convinced Nia to meet up with her. She hadn't, because Nia had been telling Jaimie to come clean with Blake, but he didn't. But once she found out that Nia was pregnant, she got really upset with her. Having a really hard time finding a trim to go on these raised walls like this. It's not a real platform, but I still want something to make it not look plain. And I'm also going to put down like some sidewalk areas to walk up to the house like this. But now I'm thinking that it's smarter to spray paint it in because that's free. And we are down to 14,000 simoleons and we still have to furnish this house. So we're going to do that. But back to the story. So I'm going to put some plants too back here because I think that'll give it like some landscaping. But I will put trees and stuff down a little bit later. So back to the story. Blake did go ahead and get married to Jaimie, even though he had been deceitful to her. But they had a real tumultuous honeymoon. You can watch that episode. And also, Nia went into labor shortly after their honeymoon. Because of that, Blake has just held things against both Nia and Jaimie, but Jaimie was her husband and she had to live with him, but she could not let it go. She was determined to argue about this all the time. Jaimie would argue too. He would try not to argue, but it would turn into more arguments. So I'm putting a little kind of a archway spray paint here. I'm going to clean it up a little, but I think I want to put some like a pond right here. I don't know how usable it'll be, but yeah, I'm gonna have to adjust it some more in the corners. I see I should have probably put some plants here, but I think this could be good because with the kids I could possibly later stock it with fish and put a little fishing sign out here and he could fish with the kids. So it had gotten so tumultuous that Blake would start arguments every time the twins were over, and Jaimie had by now apologized. I mean, years had gone by and Blake was staying with him, but she was getting riled up. And once she pretty early on decided that she wanted a baby with him, then she also would get resentful when his children with Nia would come over because it was hurtful for her to see them, honestly. She never mistreated the kids, but the arguments with Jaimie did have a negative effect. So recently we had gotten to the point where the kids weren't coming over to their house much because they had started expressing to their mother and to their father that they were uncomfortable with all the yelling and screaming there. In the meantime, their mom, Nia, had started dating someone else. It took her years to try to date again, right? Because it was really hurtful. That was her best friend, and she never expected him to betray her. But she raised the twins. Jaimie did eventually help. I mean, he was not the most receptive dad at first, but her dad, Cooper, Nia's dad, Cooper, the kids' grandparents, helped a lot. I'm going to line the walkway with these because I think it just gives it a nice pop, you know? But anyway, So now the twins had not been coming over because of all the arguing with him and Blake, and it did intensify when they were there. So it wasn't imagined. But Jaimie had been coming to see them at their mom Nia's house, but also he would get them and take them out sometimes. So now they'll be able to come back over and spend that extra quality time with their dad. But we're gonna get ready to do the walkthrough of the house. I really just want you to see it from the outside. It's a place that can use more furnishing, but Jaimie is proud to be able to have somewhere where he can take the twins. So if we look to the left, you can see our little dining table and our kitchen area. We'll go over to the kitchen so you can see it better later. This is just the TV area, and then we've got a little small living room area with the fireplace, and I did put a chimney on top of the roof over it as well. But we can go in here and you can see his bedroom, and I am going to add some backsplash, so stay tuned because I'll show it again before we end today. This is his closet, and you got a washer and dryer in here and a closet inside the closet. This is Jaimie's bathroom. It is en suite, and we've got a shower. It's a tight space, but not too small, so we can fit a lot. We're going to walk back through, and this time I want you to really be able to see the kitchen because I did do a high half wall. He's got a little drink platter on the table there, but in his espresso machine, Jaimie hasn't been sleeping good and he needs the energy for work. We're going to go ahead into the twins' room, but also will serve as the baby's room when he or she comes. But you can see we've got a little corner here, and it's got the painting art table. And if we leave back out, this is the children's bathroom, but yes, you have to go out to get to it because if anybody visits the house, they'll use this restroom too. And we didn't want them coming through the kids' room. Now, this is the bedroom with the backsplash, the master bed. I think it works pretty well. And this is the kids' room. We put this backsplash in. It livens it up a lot. Now, we're going to go outside so you can see the view from Jaimie's perspective. And he lives around the corner from Blake so he can be close to her and the baby. And that's her walking right there. So I hope you enjoyed this build. And until next time, remember, keep simming, be happy, and always have a blessed day. Bye-bye.